Good evening, travelers, and welcome back to Death Attack, episode 42. Tonight's episode is titled Diamond in the Rough.
Episode 42 already.
It's episode 42 already.
Can everyone hear us okay?
Yes, if anyone's...
Let us know if you can't.
Yeah, let us know if you guys can't hear us. I did bump up the gain. I know that our last game was a little quiet, so I went ahead and turned that up, so you guys should be able to hear us pretty well. However, you also may hear our furnace kick on, because when we did the test earlier, furnace kicked on and I could hear it in the background, so...
you guys are furnace behind us.
Yes. No, stop, Elijah, stop. No, bad. But we're going to do a quick little recap from last episode, which ended quite, I should say the episode itself was quite fantastic, with Falner retrieving a very legendary weapon for giant kind, Scarbreaker. The weapon forged from the calcified blood of every giant deity cast within a forge of Kolheim and blasted with the breath of the son of Tiamat. Now wielded by you. You all had a great decision to make. How to escape the Leviathan, the Deep One. After careful planning, you all decided to attack and destroy Dretha, the somewhat infernally tainted sun elf who has resided within the Blood Iron Citadel, inside the beating heart of this Leviathan. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pick this up, still right where you all left off, on your ship, after this little debate. And the scene will actually begin with Brutka approaching the group. Specifically, Captain Jezebel. Jez, you notice that you see Brutka making her way towards you. She seems to be kind of pondering over something as she approaches. Hey, Captain, do you mind if we discuss something in private? Or at least away from the other crew members? Maybe you could bring some of your crewmates, see what they think as well?
Was it super pressing, or...?
Actually, we will need Hakan as well.
Okay. I'll go get them.
Alright, where do you want to talk about this?
I suppose my quarters.
Alright, I will wait in your quarters if you want to grab everyone you want to be present. You notice that Taku makes his way over and his large paws kind of reverberate off the wood as he steps over.
Do you need me in there as well?
You notice that Brutka looks up. No, Taku, it's fine. You can stay out here. It's going to be a lot of technical talk.
Alright, so you said I'd be in private, and then you're saying I can bring whoever I want, so I'm confused.
Well, you're the captain. I'm not going to tell you who you can and cannot.
Yeah, alright. So if I brought everyone...
I would just bring everyone you trust.
Oh. Well, let's go ahead and go in then.
Oh, just you and me?
Yeah.
Oh, alright, yeah.
Alright.
She turns and starts making her way over to the,
Actually, wait, Barry.
You notice that Barry, turns around and looks over towards you. Hey!
Come here.
Alright, he walks over. Yeah, how can I help, Captain?
Yeah, I'm gonna have you come with me in this meeting.
Alright, sure. He goes ahead and falls over and Brutka looks towards you like, if Hakan could join, that would help me. He'll understand what I'm trying to discuss.
Alright. Hakan, I guess you're coming too. Come on.
Khan kind of cocks his head to the side, grabs his rhyme steel hammer, and walks over. As Brudka gets to the door, she stops and goes, I forgot one more thing. If you all want to go in there, and I'll be right back. Don't move.
God's a coup. Oh no.
She comes back up from below deck, and she has something rolled up in what looks like a leather wrap, kind of like a tool belt. After you,
Wasn't that?
it's what we're gonna discuss.
After you.
She walks in. So does Barry and Hakan. They both walk in there.
Alright, follow him in.
As you follow in, do you close the door?
Yeah.
As you close the door behind you, you notice that Bruca makes her way over to your table, and she takes the leather tool belt and she unrolls it onto the table. However, you don't see tools on the inside of this tool belt. You see what look like very fine, powdered, sparkling substance. It's almost like, looks like dust, but there's a shimmer to it, like gold flakes.
Does it look familiar to me at all?
Just looks like, it looks like a natural element, like someone scraped off a geode or something. You notice that as Hakan and Barry kind of like hand over and look at it, Hakan's hand kind of picks it up. You see his scaled claw hand rub it between his fingers.
Is this what I think it is?
I think it actually might be Hakan.
What is that?
This changes things.
Puts it down.
Brudka, you can explain.
Thanks, Hakan. Well, I don't usually get to do this. The whole explaining things to people. I'm usually just being told what to do. So, have any of you ever heard of a sea diamond?
Have I?
You can go ahead and give me an intelligence roll.
Alright.
I'm gonna need a check of 18 or higher.
First roll of the night. This is going to determine how the rest of my night goes.
No, it doesn't.
Natural 20, bitch!
Yes, it
Natural
does.
20. You are very, very aware of the sea diamond. It is a legendary myth amongst pirates, sailors, really anyone who sails on the open sea. No one's quite sure where they are or where they come from, but every once in a while a sailor will acquire a sea diamond. Some legends say that they only exist at the very bottom of the ocean floor. Some people say they only exist in underwater caverns. However, there is another tale, another legend. Some say that the sea diamond exists within the stomach of a great sea beast. Now, the beast always changes. Sometimes people say that it's a great sea serpent or a large kraken. However, the sea diamond's most notable aspect is not the fact that it's extremely valuable. Legends say that someone who possesses a sea diamond is able to turn their ship into a submergible vessel.
Oh, how convenient. Alright. I've heard of it.
Well, Not saying that it is one, but I am saying that if there
Yeah, it
is,
looks like a diamond to me.
if there is a sea diamond, this looks like this could be a byproduct of it, maybe.
Byproduct.
I found this when we were exploring on our way back to the ship, and I think it may have been within some sort of intestinal tract. So I think if we follow it, where it leads...
I already don't like what you're saying.
I'm saying that maybe before we do this assault on this queen, that maybe we should go and find this diamond, because what if these giants and this lady, this queen, are lying? And when we destroy either of them, that this creature dies. And if it dies and we need a way out, we are going to be underwater. With the sea diamond, we don't need the creature alive, per se.
Let's weigh the pros and cons here, alright? So we're just assuming that that's what this is. It just glitters off of it or something, or it got crushed. I don't know how it comes to be powder, but assuming that's from a sea diamond. We go down an intestinal tract, sounds brilliant, and that doesn't sound dangerous at all. And then there ends up being no diamond, so, I mean... But if there's one... Oh, if there's one.
I feel like the risk is worth it.
Yeah.
After all, if we head down and we don't find anything, it's on you. We can turn back anytime, but I found this residue relatively early on. It may not be that far down. If just one sea diamond can be found.
Turns the boat into a submersible vessel. Then we just hack our way out. And we have to deal with any of the giants or the crabmen. Just leave, right? Just do it that way.
Well, if we have the firepower to blow our way through who knows how thick this creature's skin is. I mean, if it's large enough to contain an entire city, I feel like it may be a little bit more durable than cannon fire. But
Well, then if it dies, then we're fucked.
Well, if it dies and we follow its natural...
Just stop. Don't finish that. Please. Why can't we just go up? Why does it have to be down? Why can't we go up? Why can't we go out the mouth? Why does it have to be that way? What's with you?
Well, if you think about it, there are certain elevation differences. Trying to go back up is usually harder than going with gravity.
It's swimming, right?
Yes, and if it dies, who
Horizontally.
knows how well its body's going to move or turn.
Alright. Let's try it then.
Khan looks at it. Just. I've worked with a lot of metal. I've worked with a lot of stone. I've seen gem. Trust me. Dragonborn know a thing or two about gems. I've never seen whatever this is. It's no normal diamond. I agree with Brutka.
I mean, I already said let's go, so it's
Then I will stay here on the ship, and I will fashion something at least that if we do return with the diamond, we can use it to our advantage. Also, I apologize, Captain. I went behind your back with something.
I'm used to that.
On our way back, while Brutka was apparently finding this residue, I noticed that there are several ships within the stomach that are still mostly operational, specifically the cannons. I may have had Taku and Igor go and grab some of these cannons to be fashioned.
How many?
If I'm able to get all of them on here, we'll have at least 9 cannons.
How many does that put us to?
9 cannons.
All together on the ship?
Yeah.
No, we had 2 before that though, or something. Did we
Yeah,
lose them?
one on each side.
So you're saying all together with the ones on the ship it'd be 9?
Yeah.
Okay.
With your permission, I'll continue with construction.
Now this shit, these are being done. What is time inside this thing? How long have we been here? There's a lot of things happening for
It's actually really hard to keep track of time.
Jesus
Just
Christ.
because of the fact that there is no day cycle.
Unless anybody has keen mind.
No.
Okay.
But I will say this, all of you are starting to feel pretty exhausted.
Yeah, just take who you need. Go in and try to gather him.
Alright. I'll get working on it. Post haste.
Brutka looks towards you. Alright, do you want me going with you?
I mean, you're the one that found it.
Alright. Then I will gather my things and you can get with the rest of the crew and decide who you want to come with.
Alright. I'm gonna leave.
Notice that she gets out and she returns to her room.
Wasn't me. I'm gonna head back out to the deck then.
Okay.
Is that who's all up there?
Where's everyone else at on the ship?
I would have went down to meet with Francis since there's not really anything going on.
Yep, okay. What about you, Fulner?
We were all still in the captain's quarters when she went down to look for booze, right?
Right. This is taking place a few hours after that.
Oh, alright.
So this is basically like decisions have been made that you guys are going to attack Dretha, but everyone was kind of taking a breather from everything.
Probably be resting in my quarters.
Resting in your quarters then. And what about you, Kaz? Same. Okay. Are you just going to try to gather everybody up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do that.
So we'll go ahead and we'll do you and Francis then.
Okay.
So you are down currently in your room. Faulkner and Kaz are resting.
So, Francis, what? So I've got a lot of questions I need to ask you. I think.
I've got a lot of questions for you now too, buddy.
So what was it like? Because like I turned into a mushroom, and I kind of thought.
Yeah, I turned into this. I don't know what it is, but I'm a thing now.
Well, you're like a talking rat, I think.
My fur's kind of purple looking. I got these big pointy ears. They're really floppy.
Well, yeah, you're kind of like me.
My eyebrows are really blue. Yours look more like fawn ears.
So you know what the fawn is?
Yeah, I know a lot of things now.
So what was it like? Like I don't understand. I thought I killed you. I thought you kind of like when I turned into the mushroom. Like I didn't.
No.
I thought you died.
No, somehow my body was then mixed in with your body. I was somewhere there.
What was that like?
It was like being wrapped in a really tight cloth.
I'm sorry you have to go through that. I don't know if you like being this, but I'm sorry. That
Oh no, this is great. Not knowing things is a lot better than wanting to eat poop. So
Yeah, but you said you had questions for me too. What?
yeah. So what's our relationship now?
What do you mean? We're friends? I think.
So we're classifying this as friends.
What are we supposed to
I
classify?
wasn't sure if I was like your slave or
Whoa! No! Nothing like
or
that.
child. I mean, I guess you could have birthed me.
I didn't really think about it.
I didn't
that
know if
way.
I should call you father,
No.
comrade, master.
No, don't call me. And just call me Lavender.
Just call you Lavender.
Yeah,
All right.
that is my name.
Okay.
So you can just like
Okay.
everybody else. You're.
Second of all, what is everyone else's disposition on the ship, and who should I be afraid of?
You should really be afraid of Kaz mostly.
Alright, afraid of
He
Kaz.
kind of just pops up, you know? He does that.
Rat's getting out of business.
Alright. Okay. Alright. So, if he does pop up, is this just kind of like a runaway thing?
No, just assume that he's been listening to you because he does
Oh, so he likes to eavesdrop.
that. You know what? Okay, hold on. We need to back up, I think. Because I got another question. How did you learn all of this and like...
I just know it.
You just know it.
I just know it now.
I don't understand how that works. Like, how do you...
Okay. You just said you don't understand how it works. Right?
Yeah, that does...
Okay, now you knew how everything worked. That's how I literally, my entire existence changed. I knew nothing. Now I know things.
So do you, like, know what I knew?
I don't know. What did you know?
Well, I knew things. I know, like, you...
Oh, maybe we're like the same person now. Alright, on the count of 3, favorite type of milk. 1, 2, 3, strawberry.
There's more than one type of milk?
Alright, okay, so, that's no.
There's
no.
strawberry milk?
Yeah. There's strawberry milk, there's chocolate milk, there's blueberry milk, there's boysenberry milk.
What is a boysenberry?
It's apparently really delicious.
I don't know what that is, so maybe we're not the same person.
Okay, so not the same person. Throw that out.
So...
You just tell me what to do.
I mean, I guess you could just ask... Well, Jez is what is the cap... She's the captain. She's the one
Alright,
that
so this is like a hazing thing. Are you guys all just gonna jump me and beat the crap out of me? Is that what's gonna happen?
No, do I look like I could beat the crap out of anybody?
I don't know. I don't know if you guys are a gang.
No,
or
we're not.
what this is.
We're not. Maybe we should just go
I
talk
heard
to.
pirate earlier.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, we're that, but I don't think we're a gang, and I didn't get beat up.
Alright, so
I've gotten
we're
beat up.
pirates.
I've gotten stabbed a lot.
Okay, so to let you know that things that I know now, as far as I'm aware, pirates are just a gang but on water.
I'm part of a gang. I didn't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't know that we were a gang.
We're kind of a gang.
Are gangs really that bad though?
I guess it depends on the gang.
You said that you thought you were going to get beat up. I didn't get beat up. I got stabbed, but not by these guys. You know, it's like expect to be stabbed, but not by the people that are on the ship.
Okay.
I would
Well,
never.
I'm not particularly good at fighting. Not that I know. I'm really good at.
You could like.
I can move real fast.
Yeah, you can like get
Pretty
information.
agile.
You're really good at getting those keys. I know you remember that.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you,
am
Daniel.
pretty good at not being seen. Especially when I do this. He just goes invisible.
I thought
God, he's like Kaz.
he
Ugh.
just made that noise with his mouth.
Okay, Francis, I get it. Are you... Francis, are you still here? Oh no, where did you go? I'm gonna go out of my room. Francis! Francis, where did you go?
As you see Lavende, you actually watch Lavende run out of his room, and he's yelling, Francis, where did you go, when you bump into him?
Oh. I'm not gonna ask.
Francis can go invisible.
That's terrifying, and I'm gonna forget that you told me that. I need you to come up on deck with me. If you're not too busy doing whatever it is that you're doing right now.
Hold on a second. Francis, if you can hear me, I don't even know if you're near me. Just try to stay in the room. The crab, man, I don't know if there's going to be more that come to the ship. You might get eaten.
I was trying to be dramatic, but I actually never moved.
Oh,
Alright, did you kill your rat and it's a spirit now on the
I
ship?
mean, you heard them talk, didn't you?
That's bad. Bad juju, we can't have spirits on the
He
ship.
talked. He's not the spirit. You're not the spirit, right? Where?
No, I am not a ghost.
You can get.
You sound like a ghost. You sound like a
You
disembodied
get
rat
on
man.
and let me see you again.
You hear footsteps, and then before he
Oh,
comes
God.
appears.
Jeez. See,
Hey.
I told you.
Ugh.
What?
Don't ever do that.
So this is
Don't wave
Francis.
at you?
No.
What? Hold on.
Yeah,
This
no,
is the
it's-
captain. This is the
Yes, Captain Jezebel.
She's not going to beat you up.
I am I am Francis.
Just Francis.
Last name doesn't exist. I guess I could
Francis
make up.
doesn't exist.
I guess I could make up my last name.
Yes, you can make up your last name.
I'm gonna need some time to think about that.
Or
I think that's a really big decision to label yourself. Also, particularly not fond of the name Francis.
well, you
Yeah,
know,
no, it's a bad name. It's a bad name.
I named him.
It's a bad
I gave
name.
him life. He
Like
birthed
he's
out
your
of me.
son or something? Did you birth him?
I think he's my dad, but he's
Oh.
having a hard time accepting it.
How does one have a rat son? Alright,
At this point, I also don't think I can be classified as a rat either.
I mean, they're.
Is there a wizard on deck? Is anyone here a wizard?
not directly in front of you, but
Oh, okay. I think I need to talk to a wizard at some point.
I
Maybe.
mean, you could talk to Claudia. She knows
you
a
can
lot
talk
about
to
the world.
Kaz.
Is she a wizard?
I don't
Is
know.
Kaz a wizard?
He does wizard stuff.
Alright. Note to
He
self.
talks to like wizard councils and shit.
He
So.
talks to wizard. Okay. I think Kaz is the person I need to talk to then. At some point. But until then, I'm pretty tired. Yeah. Oh! I'm gonna go, see what it's like to sleep in this body. And also, I have this extreme craving right now to put tobacco into a bowl and then puff on it with flame. Why am I addicted to smoking? And I've never smoked.
You know, we got important things going on right now, so maybe you should figure that out in your own time. I need Lavender to come with me, away from you, up on board. So
Stay away from the crab people.
Aye, aye, Captain. And you got it, Dad.
oh, this is weird. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and go. You meet me when you're ready. I'm gonna head back up after I grab Faulkner.
You're gonna say. Francis turns around and walks into his room.
I don't even know what is going on anymore. And I'm going to turn around and go up on deck.
Okay. Jezebel, you knock on both Fulner and Kaz's doors as they're resting.
I'm gonna tell him to go up. Just speed through. Let's get upstairs.
Tells you guys to go upstairs. You guys go upstairs?
Yes.
Okay.
Ish.
So, bringing you guys all up on deck after everyone has gotten together.
Alright, so I know there's a lot going on right now, but I'm about to add another thing to the list of things that are going on right now. So, Brigitta... Is that her name?
Brudka.
Brutga. I went straight to Overwatch, holy shit. Brutga found
is similar.
some evidence that there might be a particular gemstone down here that may or may not be able to make our ship submergible in case things go south and we need to survive underwater all of a sudden. So, it might be a little trip we might need to take before we do anything else to see if we can find this gem.
Where's it at?
She thinks it's in an intestinal tract.
You want to sift through poop for a gem?
It's not just a gem, alright? It's a sea diamond.
A sea diamond?
Calm down, Fauna.
Do have I heard of a
You've
sea
heard of a
diamond?
sea diamond.
You think a sea diamond's out here? It's worth it. Sift through that poop.
Well, I don't know if we're gonna get as far as the having to shift through shit part, but
I am not digging through poop to get a diamond.
well, good thing you can use a little cloak to walk on walls or whatever it is that you do.
There's no walls here.
Intestinal walls.
I don't think that's gonna work on the magic.
Is it too slippery?
I don't know what the magic decides as a wall.
Well, I guess we can find out. Or you can stay back here, hang out with a couple of the other crewmates while we go sift through shit.
How about I just come along, and if there's something to stab, I'll stab it. And if not, I watch you shift through shit.
Hey, whatever floats your boat. And hopefully you find something will float ours. So,
Technically, if you're underwater, it submerges. It doesn't exactly float.
oh my god, you're the biggest buzzkill I've ever met. Alright, so I'm gonna take a few to go with and then leave a few on the ship because, you know, we have the whole giants and crab people running around issue.
Kaz, could you please give me a D100 roll?
Sure. 36.
You feel your Moonblade handle sort of vibrate.
Hello.
That was a vibration. Nice.
It kind of does this slight vibration, like this pulse that runs through it.
Just kind of shift
And as
left
you,
and right and just kind of slide it down my thigh.
it does. It's not.
Took it further.
It's not
Almost did
continuous. It's not continuous. It's just a quick
You
vibration.
did it without hands?
Wow, that's impressive.
Wow, Kaz is hidden talent. Good for you, man.
So, do you actually grab your handle?
Oh, yes, I'm gonna guide it, of course. I'm not
Okay.
gonna buy
As you grab it, you have this quick flash within your mind. It's almost like you are looking through a kaleidoscope. Some colors and imagery begins to spin through your mind, and you see what looks like an old, broken down barracks. It looks Sun Elven in nature. In fact, you can actually see the old, tattered sigil of the Sun Elf Empire barely hanging on to the remnants of this wreckage. And with that, it's gone. You feel this, no words in your head, but you almost get like this feeling that your sword's trying to communicate with you.
Did the surroundings of the ruins, does it look familiar at all?
It looked like inside here.
Huh. Interesting. Well, I'll make note of that. So, where is this poop diamond?
I keep wanting to call her Brigitte. Jesus Christ.
Bruca.
Bruca on deck.
Bruca has made her way back up and looks to be ready to go. She has what looks like some sort of excavation gear with her.
Alright, Bruca. Exactly where will we be going to try to find this diamond?
I can lead the way, but we're going to head back, sort of towards the giant cavern. But then we're going to make a deviation.
Alright, scale of 1 to 10. How likely are we to walk through shit?
I saw no feces.
Great. There we go. We'll be fine.
I don't think we should have to go that far.
Yeah.
Like I said, the residue was pretty high up in the track, so we should be fine, maybe.
Alright. So, who wants to go with for this? I'm assuming you three.
I'll go. I'm kind of excited to
I
explore.
definitely won't find diamond.
I didn't
Is this
really-
something we should keep just like to a minimum for a group? Since you scouted it?
I would say that we should probably have most of the crew stay behind. That way we can move quicker.
Alright.
That way we're not eating up so much time.
Alright, so you got us.
Alright, I'm ready to go. And she turns and starts heading off the ship ramp and leading the way.
Barry,
You notice that Barry comes over. Well, Captain,
trusting you to watch the ship.
I'll protect it with my life.
Oh, also, there's a humanoid rat guy walking around that just kind of appears in front of you. Has a really strange accent.
His name is Francis.
Oh, yeah, Francis, that's it.
Oh, alright.
Sounds like he's thinking about changing his name, though, so maybe you should help him. If you run into him, give him a better name.
Alright,
Don't name him Barry.
we're not naming him
Barry
after
Jr.
myself. I also think that's weird when parents name their children their same name and put a 2 at the end of it.
Well, he's not your child, so you can do it.
We call him Junior.
Yeah, no, I don't like that either. Alright, I'll take something.
Alright, let's go.
Oh,
And the group decides to take off, correct?
Yes.
Alright. You all follow the Brutka as you all lead away from the ship, twisting and turning between different chambers and corridors as you weave up and down. It's rather dizzying to think about it. The escalation and the descent that you often go through within this beast. After about traveling for an hour or so, Brutka finally stops and goes, "Alright, I think this is, looks like the place where I found the residue. So if I'm right," and she begins to walk and she's fanning back and forth, and she reaches over and she grabs what looks like this old piece of fabric on the ground. She picks it up and she shakes it, and you can see mud and barnacles and seaweed and just decrepit rubbish all over the piece of fabric. And as she wipes it off, you can see that sparkling dust kind of falls off of the fabric, and she looks at it and goes, "Oh, it looks like there was something on here once." She spins around and shows you guys, and it appears to have been red at one point, but it's so bad it faded and damaged. But Kaz, you make out a faint tip of a golden scimitar. And you immediately have this moment where you just realize the imagery you just saw in your head a few hours ago. And you feel this, again, that same connection, like the blade is speaking to you, but not in words, but in feeling. As though you're feeling the blade's emotion. And you get this, "Proceed."
Alright. Interesting. Could I see that for a second?
Sure. Looks like it's just rubbish.
Grab it and kind of play with it in my hand a bit as we're moving. So.
As you're moving and you're looking at it, as you kind of wipe away some of the grime and the gunk on it, it does look at one point this was made of a rather high quality, possibly silk maybe. But other than that, it looks very, very, at least the tip of that scimitar looks very similar to the banners that you saw in the underwater spire before you all fought the Aboleth. Is there anything anyone would like to do before we proceed?
I don't think there's much to do.
As that Brutkus kind of, as you were all walking, goes, "So are we going to ignore the weird sword that Falner found inside of a beast's stomach, or is that something we're just not talking about?"
It was talking about.
Well, yes, but not kind of, but not really. What is it?
Let's just say it's a great weapon. Meant for me.
All right, but how did it end up here?
Well, for you to know that, you would need to know a long backstory, so let me try to condense it for you a little bit. The giants brought it here to keep it out of the hands of dragons, maybe? I'm not exactly sure who they're trying to keep it from. It was meant for a king, and I'm able to wield it.
So it's stolen?
No, I wouldn't say it's stolen.
All right.
It was never picked up by the king.
So forgotten.
Sure.
I thought. Okay.
You know, I'm not entirely unconvinced that we actually died, and this is how.
Well,
How can this be hell? Look at these fucking muscles.
That's part of why I think that we might be dead.
No,
There's
I
a lot
was
of things going on right now.
also
Bad things
sort
would
of wondering why Falner looked like he was, looked like you were having a allergic reaction.
oh Bruca, you haven't seen it yet, but I do work out on the regular.
You mean the
Going
cannonballs?
I haven't been throwing those for a long time.
on, sword thing going on. Lavender has a rat son.
So you tend to see this a little more with older males. Typically humans, they tend to magically enhance themselves when they feel inadequate. And
No.
particularly in the bedroom is where I see it most of the time.
This is all natural.
Oh, natural.
Ruh.
Why don't we get a really good look at you? Why don't you strip down and...
I mean, I understand. I've seen.
Later.
I know plenty of elderly men drink Vigara potions, but
I'm only like 30 or 40 years old. What do you mean? Older men?
oh, you're only 30 or 40. And isn't that very young in halfling years?
Right. Well, I'm
You're
not
like
old man.
14.
Did you forget how old you were?
Who fucking asked you? Brooker? I'm pretty sure I'm 40.
Do your parents know you're out by yourself?
Listen, mate.
Where are your
I probably
parents?
experienced more in your life than you ever will.
Well, of course you have. You're older than me by years, but not by maturity. You know, most orcs, and me being only half orc, most orcs only live to about 40 years old. But that's mostly to violent lifestyles.
So how old are you, Brooker?
Well, I'm 27.
You're 27.
God, I hate this. How much further do we have to go? Like, how much more do we have to bear of this?
Falna, do you not remember how old you are?
I do. I think everyone just shut the fuck up.
He's done a lot. To be fair, he's done a lot of drugs, so
Well,
probably melted his brain.
I'm sure he'll remember his
That'd
age
be
at some point.
Yeah, it's nothing to be worried about. I'm sure.
I will say that. I'm 33. It was clearly an accident.
What did
Wait,
you?
well, hold on a
I actually
second.
had it at 23.
Oh my
You'd
God.
be a baby.
You're my favorite person, Justin.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and need everyone to go ahead and give. Actually, no. Your guys' passive perception will be able to sense this perfectly. You all feel a rumble, sort of emit throughout the area. You feel the walls and the floor begin to shake and reverberate. You hear this sort of roar, kind of echo throughout the tunnel that you are all walking through. Notice that Bruca stops and goes, "What was that?
Probably gas.
Wouldn't we have felt the wind then?"
I don't even know where we are. I don't know how their biology works. I don't know. I don't care.
Okay,
Let's
alright.
do what we need to do.
Let's keep moving. And as she continues to move, you all see up in the distance. Looks like wreckage. Buildings. Stone. Crumbled pieces. Ship debris. Some of it looks ancient. Some of it looks like it's been here for hundreds, maybe thousands of years. It's like you're walking into a ghost town. Crumbled buildings, structures, vessels on each side of the this intestinal lining wall. Notice that Bruca kind of stops and goes, "Well, this just got really creepy. How long do you think all this stuff's been down here?"
I'll go. Can I go up to some of the wreckage? And
Sure.
I'll look at it. So how old? How old does
Give me a
it
perception check.
look? 6.
A 6. You grab it, and a lot of it looks so deteriorated and so badly damaged that you would imagine it had to have been down here for a while, but you could not guess at all how long.
I mean, I couldn't tell you, but looking at the wreckage itself, I'm just gonna kind of like barely tap it so it snaps in half, picking up a piece.
Could I try to see if I can find that building I had a vision of?
Sure. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
And this is where the sound of like the roar.
Now that roar and rumble kind of came through everywhere, kind of echoed throughout the whole chamber.
Oh, okay. So
But if you had to guess, you could could be also your ears just playing tricks on you,
Yeah.
but it did sound like it was coming from this direction.
So while they're looking, can I do a perception check to
Sure.
see if there's any movement?
17.
17? Okay.
Oof, 12.
12?
Yeah.
You do not notice any movement, no signs of life. You don't see any potential dangers, unless you decided to try to go into these structures or try to maybe rummage through it. Could get dangerous.
Mhm.
Kaz, as you're looking around, you don't see anything that looks like the structure that you saw within your vision, but you are clearly seeing architectural features that resemble that Sun Elf empire. Same type of structure and architecture that you have very intently burnt into your memories that are not your own.
As we're shifting through the ruins, I'm going to keep my hand on my sword.
Okay.
And see if it decides to vibrate again.
Right. As you're moving through, and you continue, Bruka does this, and she stops and like, ugh. She raises her foot, and there's this thick, yellow, sappy, almost glue-like substance as she pulls her foot up off the flooring. I do not know what that is. Ugh.
Looks like mucus or something. What are you gonna say?
I mean, consider where we are.
Go on.
So what do you think it could be?
Might be poop.
What?
We are nowhere near.
I don't think it's scat. She like reaches down and she grabs a piece of rubbish and picks it up and lifts it up, and it looks very much like those old 90s goo toys, those slime toys. Gack, there you go. It looks like a yellow gack.
What's it smell like?
I don't know, you smell it.
You go and smell it, Fulner.
I'm alright.
Do it for the crew. Take one for the team.
She throws it down on the ground. Alright, let's keep moving and just ignore it.
Is there might be a trail of it, kind of?
No,
or is it
just
like
there was
right
a
there?
big blob of it.
Really?
Did it look like it was coming out of like a wound or anything like
No.
that?
It just kind of appeared?
No, it just,
I mean,
walked up on
it looks like it could have, like, it just, they had nowhere to come from. It just appeared
It's
right
just plopped on the ground there.
Does it look like it may have like what hit? Was there a big splash? Like there's a residue around it? I want to look up at the ceiling.
As you look up at the ceiling, you can see that there appears to be other spots where you see it. Big yellow blobs. Some of them are dripping. You can look up ahead, and now that you're looking further, you can actually see that it's covered on some of the wreckage and the rubbish, and it's starting to get, as you move forward and the group continues to walk, you're starting to see more and more signs of this yellow stuff.
If I remember or recall correctly, I think Claudia said that this creature is sick.
There could be an infection or something.
So
Just try not to eat it or roll around in it.
Alright, well, I was definitely not going to put it in my mouth, but
Yeah.
it's
You never
also
know.
one of the reasons why I didn't bring
Taku.
Taku has a problem of eating things.
You think he would eat that?
Taco would eat that, I'm pretty sure.
I've seen him eat very strange
That's
things.
just fucked up.
Alright, let's keep going. She continues to make a pathway forward. It looks like now you guys have gotten to the point where there is no walkway anymore. The wreckage and rubble has created like a dam, essentially, of garbage that has clogged this tunnel. There is definitely a lot of space above it to go over, but it will require you guys to climb it or move through it. Alright, well, good thing I brought this. Said Rutka pulls off her pack and pulls out some rope and She grabs some pittons and some hooks out of her bag. All right, who's the best here at climbing?
I'm pretty decent.
I
I'm
can
not.
walk up things.
I'm known to climb ridiculously high places, but I would say Kaz is probably the best.
Okay. I'm trying to climb it and see if my drumming works.
As soon as you go, your cloak activates and you feel your feet stick firmly. However, you do notice that on the loose rubble, if you put your foot on it, it sticks to that piece of loose rubble, but since it's not attached, you move your foot back and it's attached to it.
I'll make a note of that.
So it takes you a little bit of time to do it, just to make sure you're finding solid footwork. But it takes you about 5 minutes to scale this properly. Before you look down, you're probably about a good 60 feet up.
Okay.
Ruka yelling up to you, "All right, are you ready? I'm gonna throw this up to you."
All right.
Yes, and she backs up and launches it.
While this is happening, you said that there's like buildings. Like, could we like look inside of them while they're...
Sure can. Go ahead and give me an investigation check. Okay. You see that the hook lands probably about 5 feet away from you, but makes it and clears it. Actually went over the mound. You gonna grab it?
Yep.
Okay. All right. And are you gonna hold on to it, or how do you want to secure it?
Is there anything to secure it, Gio?
There is rubble and debris up here. If you could find something that was solid enough, you could definitely tie it off.
So, I'll tie it off, but I'll also hold it.
You're gonna hold it as well?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna have you roll for that. You should know how to tie a knot. Okay. After it gets done, Ruka's like, "All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go up first." And so she starts to climb and make her way up this debris. As she's doing that, you're investigating. What'd you get?
I got the unnatural 20.
A natural 20.
Unnatural.
Unnatural 20. Okay.
Yeah.
You start to move through the debris. And as you stop and you move away some rubble and you see what looks like an antler.
Antler?
That looks like an antler sticking up out of the rubble. And as you go to grab it and pull the antler up, you notice that it's something it's trapped under some of the more of the rubble. Do you continue to clear it off?
Yeah, I'll try to clear it off.
You continue to clear it off, and as you pull on the antler and move forward, you yank it out, and it looks like there's some sort of mask. It's got this wood engraved, carved face mask. No features on it. It's a blank face with only 2 eye slots, but there's 2 antlers rising off on both sides. It looks old. I mean, it looks dry rotted.
I'm assuming I'm looking like at it. Can I turn it around and like if there's anything in the inside?
On the inside, it's just mold and mildew and rot from years of it sitting. I mean, you touch the wood, it's mushy.
I'm going to take it out. Faulner, do you have a bag that I could put this in?
I do.
Do you mind if I put it in there?
Sure. I'll just turn around and put that.
I'm going to slide it in.
You know, so Bruca makes her way up to the top. All right, your turn.
Who?
What was that?
I don't know what it is really. It looks like a mask, but I curiosity.
Just promise me you won't try putting it on or anything.
I'm not going to. There's
Not
nothing
right
on
now,
it.
at least. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go up.
Okay.
Next.
Go ahead and give me a athletics. You'll get a plus 10 because of the rope.
Oh, snap.
This isn't good. Maybe.
Plus 10?
6. And then plus what?
10.
Plus 10.
So 16.
Okay, 16. So we're good.
Okay, so thankfully you have the rope, but because you are holding onto the rope and you have easy grab, both Brutka and Kaz up top holding onto the rope as well. You make your way up. Who's going next?
I can go next.
Alright. If you fall, I'll catch you with these big arms.
Oh, I believe you, Fulner. I got. Oh my gosh. 29.
You easily climb your way up. You get up there really quick. And Fuller?
A lot.
31.
Alright. You manage to grab it, and you guys actually watch as Falner's showing off. He grabs the rope and he pulls himself and kind of soars a little bit as he lets go of his hand and grabs it with the next one. He's like one arm pull up and
Ugh. Ugh.
you know,
Just let go.
as he gets up to the top, you can see that he's got beads of sweat on his forehead, and you can see that he's got a pump and his veins are rippling through his arms.
You guys see that? Did you see what I did right there? Right there, did you see it?
So, someone who's supposed to have had these muscles for a very long time, they seem very new to you.
Oh, maybe I'm just hitting puberty
You
or
know,
something. I
Paula,
don't know.
it was very impressive, I'll give you that. But I did notice there's like a weird mass in your right arm. Is that supposed to be there? I noticed you're climbing up. Weird, you might want to check that out.
A weird mass in me right arm.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Well-
not talking about your whole arm, don't even make that joke.
Can you pull it out?
So-
Where is it? I don't see it.
You know, I've actually think I've heard of that medical condition. The condition is it's called Odo? Odosynthetic, I think.
No, heard of it.
It's quite of a name, Odo.
Weird. Alright.
Alright.
I'm alive and day.
I'm
Look,
moving
we have
right
any
next
more
to you.
rope to climb
Oh shit,
up?
hey Lavin, where's your rope here?
I've been
Yeah.
up here the entire time.
She couldn't see you behind my
Are like
muscles.
the horns poking out of the bag?
No, I have
from the
a,
mask?
I have a,
He has a
Haversack.
haversack, so it's like a backpack of holding.
That just ruined my mental image. That's a baby walk around with a bag with just horns sticking out.
So, you notice that Brutka then takes the rope, throws it over the other way, and she grabs it and starts rappelling down. And she makes it down, way down to the bottom. Can everyone go ahead and give me athletics checks?
Before I go down, can we see, like, is there...
Yeah.
Can...
You don't see a floor anymore, it's all just rubbish.
Really?
Yeah.
This is my cloak. Do my murders
13.
work?
Yeah, you don't. You have to go down.
13.
13?
Oh, I can't use the faller.
You got the plus 10 as well still.
Oh, that's the... Oh, that's
Wow.
32.
What'd you get?
what?
Roll again.
Oh, for another climb?
Yeah, going down.
I'm going down.
You still get
okay.
the plus 10.
You have the natural one, didn't you?
Well, it is...
The
It
amount
was
of
like way into
times-
30s.
The amount of times he's got saved by that halfling trait.
I'm
I don't think he's ever going to play not halfling anymore.
Or you're just gonna always
Alright.
take the lucky trait.
The greatest race.
You all descend down, Kaz not even needing the rope, just using his cloak. You eventually get down to the bottom. However, now you can see that there's no longer any fleshy floor. It's now just all rubbish and debris. The walls are still visible. And you can see that yellow slime is covering everything now. It's just sticky and sappy. As you continue to move forward, you notice that Brutka kind of runs over and goes, Look, I was right! And she moves over, and as she grabs what looks like a large piece of the side of a hull, she moves it over, and you can see this shiny, diamond-like sparkle ingrained into the wood.
Are we already all in the rubbish?
Yeah.
We just went down already?
Yep.
Okay. I smell a rubbish monster, but bring it on, I guess.
Rubbish monster.
Alright, let's get this and get the fuck out of here because I don't like not seeing what's under me.
Alright, well, if this is here, that means it's probably got to be here somewhere. So let's move forward and see if we can find it.
Alright. Split up or not? I don't know if I want to split up. Let's all split up. Let's all do that.
Could everyone, as you all move forward, give me investigation checks?
17.
Oof, 8.
13.
6.
Really need to get my wisdom up. Or intellect.
Anyone get over 20?
No.
Okay.
Not even close, I don't think.
17.
Oh,
You
yeah.
all begin to move forward. Fulner, you're the first one to see it. Up in the distance, onto the left, it looks like there's a breach in the wall. It looks like there's a very narrow, tight pathway, but you can feel an air current running through. It actually creates this artificial breeze within inside this chamber, and you can smell this just putrid smell coming through, carried on the wind. But you can see through this crack and through this tight passageway that moved through, and you can see what looks like a structure inside. And you have a hunch that could be the direction to go.
Oh, I think I found something over here.
Falner all leads you to this narrow passway.
Do you see that?
See what password?
He leads you over to this, basically a very, very narrow entrance. You have to get on your side and kind of squeeze your way through to move through. But it does look, on the other end, you can see a structure. Could you go ahead and give me a perception check?
I thought you was blood.
This isn't a cave.
It's a cave of sorts.
Natural 1.
Natural 1? You immediately are completely deterred by the risk involved in trying to squeeze your way through that. Could the two of you give me perception checks?
Cool, I get the natural 20.
You got a natural 20.
Hey, that is a 25 altogether. Though.
Unnatural 20.
Okay.
That's 25
15.
altogether.
As the two of you make your way over as well, Jez seems reluctant to move forward. Kaz, you notice the structure, and it immediately looks like the structure in your vision. Lavende, on the other hand, when you peer through, you see the same structure. However, at the very top of it, there appears to be a tower portion of it that's bent, broken, and it looks like it's leaning up within the crest of the tower. You make out a quick, shiny sparkle glimmers off your eye.
That is a good find for me. I think it is there.
You think?
I'm gonna. Can I point it out, like the tower portion? Can I point it out?
It's hard to see because it is a very narrow gap.
Yeah.
You kind of have to turn your head, kind of move it back and forth. But if you kind of bob and weave a little bit, you can start to see the tower.
Yeah. There's a tower up there. I saw something sparkle up there.
Okay.
I'm kind of curious now. Go beyond that.
Ruka looks towards you. All right, what's the plan, Captain?
I'm not going in there.
Why not?
I want to go in
I don't
there.
like tight spaces.
I
You get stuck in there, you're gonna die.
can help you if you allow me.
I don't. Well, no offense, but I don't think even one of your arms is gonna fit through that.
Oh. Funny. Alright. Stand still.
No, don't touch me. Don't. I'm warning you.
Actually,
Don't touch me.
I
You
cast,
squeeze through?
I cast
Don't.
reduce on it.
You would have to, if you're not accepting of it, you'd have to roll against the
I'm rolling
DC.
against it.
Wow. And I'm going to squeeze through after him.
Okay. So again, there's no rolls. You guys can just squeeze through. It's just you have to move probably about a quarter of your movement speed to get through.
That is fine.
What am I rolling against it?
What's your DC? And you should give you a
17.
check. What's
Con save.
the save?
Oh, con save,
Con
sorry.
save.
So 7.
Okay. So
Alright, so reduce, you
move down one size category.
your sizes have in all dimensions and its weight is reduced to 1/8 of normal.
Okay.
This reduced decreases its size by 1 category from medium to small.
So you move down to about the size of Fulner. You shrink down to probably about 3 foot.
No, you should be able to get through, no problem.
I feel like you want to be murdered.
I'm trying to help you.
You just go around and you shrink people without asking them first. You just do it.
I did ask you.
How long is this going? You didn't ask me.
It will only last for a little bit, and plus I can drop it as soon as we get through. Alright?
As the arguing begins to muffle in the background as the two of you make your way forward, you break through this passway into this open chamber, and it's no longer a tunnel. It's very much an open, almost dome-like room. You can see above you. There's this pulsating beat to the membrane-like ceiling. You can see that yellow slime is everywhere. However, you also see on the walls and the ceiling, there's these large porous holes that seem to be dripping with this yellow goop-like substance.
I'm gonna be looking. See, Kaz is right there. I'm gonna point again at
As he points towards it, it takes you a second, but your eye catches the glimmer, and you see this bright glint, this sparkle within the top of this bent spire.
I'm gonna hold on to my sword the whole entire time.
And as you hold on to it, you feel that pulse kind of shoot through your mind again, and you hear, and it confuses you for a second. It's like you feel the word, son.
Lumday,
Yeah.
keep your wits about you. I'm not entirely too sure this is,
A good idea.
well, anything we do is generally not a good idea, but just keep on lookout.
Of course, of course.
I'm gonna start approaching the building.
Okay. Do the two of you end up going through after arguing?
Reluctantly.
Two of you, or Jezebel reluctantly moving through, Falner heading through as well. The two of you come out of the narrow passageway. However, it is quite hard for you to traverse through this garbage and junk now. You are not used to being Falner's size.
As soon as I get out, all right. Make me normal.
Oh, yeah, so as we both got, I drop it.
Drops concentration on it?
Yeah.
Okay. As soon as he drops concentration, you revert back to your normal size.
Just trying to help. I'm sorry
Next
if
time, ask.
I thought I did. Just trying to elevate your anxiety.
Okay.
Elevated.
You elevated my stature. That's all you did.
But also.
What's wrong with being small?
Don't make this a height thing.
You notice that Brutka stops, and you notice that she pulls out what looks like a small spyglass, and Captain?
Oh, no. What?
She hands it over towards you. You notice that Kaz is kind of already moving forward. As you stare through, she notices that she turns the spyglass. Look at the roof, towards the tower, top, right at the crest of the roof. And there you see, wedged into the stone, you see what looks like a blue diamond embedded into the rock. Streaks of aqua and sapphire and green almost kind of swirl and flash around inside of it. It looks like there's like a living storm inside the diamond.
I'll be damned.
I think that's a sea diamond.
I think you're right. And I think I haven't been this happy in 3 years. So, let's make our way there.
All right, you notice that she reaches in her bag, and you notice that she pulls out a small pick and goes, "Let's get to work." And she starts making her way forward. The rest of you all going as well. Kaz, you're already making your way.
I would have been moving.
You would
with
have
him.
moving up with him.
Yeah.
All right, so the two of you moving together then. The rest of the group is behind. You all come up to the structure first. Looks like this, basically a tower that has fallen over. It's now halfway destroyed, and then the other half is lazily laying on top of the rubble. It does look like the door is completely destroyed. You'd have to move through the rubble in order to get into it. You feel that pulse, and you hear the inside.
Sorry, I'm going to have to climb over the rubble to get inside of it.
You'd probably have to move the rubble to get inside of it. Unless you went up to the tower part and broke your way in. You'd have to break through stone.
Let's see here.
I can maybe try to get this down. We clearly need to go in, so. Do you want me to try something?
Just be careful. Don't know how fragile this structure is.
Okay. and I'm going to use Wild Shape to turn back into an ape like I did on the ship.
Okay.
And I'm going to back up, and then try to charge and slam through the door.
There's no door. It's covered in rubble.
Oh, then just through the rubble.
You're gonna try to break the rubble, or you're gonna try to just move the rubble?
I guess I can move stuff because I thought there was a door. So
No.
I'm going to start trying to...
happily help him.
You gonna help as well? Alright, Bruca makes her way over and goes, alright, yeah, I guess we could try to get inside first. Maybe we might be able to find our way up through the tower. If not, I was just going to suggest that we climb on top and make our way over. But, yeah, let's do this first.
I mean, whichever works.
And so could you two give me athletics checks?
I'll help out too.
You help out as well. Bruca pulls out her pick. She starts to
24.
move away as well.
There's multiple
7.
for lifting
7.
boulders.
11, I think. I'm using the ape's stats,
Really?
which would be a
That's
+3 for strength, I'm
That's
assuming.
Okay.
what you have in
So I think that would be
Here,
11.
hold this.
Okay,
So-
my hands behind my head.
Jez, you sort of watch as your crew kind of gets to work.
Yeah.
It takes probably about 5 minutes of you guys moving rubble and stone out of the way before you finally, you don't reveal a door. You reveal a hole in the side of the broken tower that looks like you can now enter in. The dust has now risen up and there's this, you all are covered now in ancient stone dust. As you look inside of the tower, Kaz, you can make out interior, you can see what looks like broken chairs and tables and everything slanted and thrown to one side as the tower came crumbling over. Alright, well, I think this is all of your turn to go in and make sure everything's safe.
I'm gonna step inside.
I'm going to follow after him.
Right, me too.
You all go in?
I really appreciate your guinea pig approach. It's very, very smart. I'm gonna stand here with you though.
Alright, works for me. And as you all go in, Kaz, you take your first look around. And it's, now that you're inside, there's no light. It is completely dark, but because of your dark vision, you are able to see just fine. However, Faulkner, it is pitch black for you besides for the entryway. And you, Lavende, have dark vision now.
Even as an ape?
Yeah.
Really?
What? Okay, I'll allow it.
I hope so.
I'm gonna wait for like a few minutes and then I'll follow him in.
Do you want to take a look around?
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a perception.
I'm going to... Because I don't even realize... I assume I wouldn't even realize it's dark
No,
vision.
you don't even realize it's dark in here.
21.
Oof. Yikes.
21, okay.
Yeah, I got the 7 on perception.
You are actually wondering where the light's coming from.
Yeah.
You're looking around for any source of light, and you don't see any light. Kaz, as you look around the room, you have this feeling as the sword pulses again, like it's guiding you. You almost feel like the handle moves your hips to the left and kind of pulls forward.
I'm gonna follow it.
As you turn and you follow it, you make your way to what looks like a set of stairs, but the stairs are now sideways. And you can see it looks like up on the stairs there's a platform and there's a wall. It looks like you can kind of hop over some railing. It may take some finesse, or with your cloak you could easily kind of go up there to investigate it.
That's what I'm gonna do.
You want to do? So you use your cloak, you hop up on the walls and move around. What are you two doing?
Well, I went as far as I could, until I couldn't see.
Would you say that you can't see?
Yeah. I just said.
Or do you just get in the darkness and go?
I did. I just seen it, read the entrance of the door. I'm like, well, I can't see anything in here.
And as soon as he says that, I'm going to get back out of wild shape and be like, what do you mean you can't see?
Well, I can't see shite in here. It's fucking dark.
It's really bright. Well, not really bright, but it's...
Here,
Are you blind?
I'll help.
Can I hear him saying this?
Did you get blinded when
You
you
can
came
hear
here?
them having a conversation about this in the
Stop
entrance
is
way, yeah.
fucking here. I'm gonna cast Dancing Lights.
As he casts dancing lights, you actually watch as the world kind of shifts a different shade of color in your eyes. And you see everything kind of get more colorful and vibrant. You realize that you didn't realize that everything was actually kind of really muted when you were looking at everything inside.
That is different. Do you? Okay. Do you think you should have those up in here?
Well, I'm gonna need to see. I don't know.
And as that's happening, Kaz, you make your way over onto the banister, and now you're technically walking on the wall of what would have been the wall when it was standing up. And as you make your way over, you can see what looks like these picture frames that have fallen and broken onto the ground. And you move over and you pick one up, and you instantly can recognize it. You see portrait, a painting, 3 individuals in it. You see Eliaphel, you see Celamore, you see his other son, Feorin. 3 of them, Feorin being the oldest son, Celamore the youngest. They stand side by side, each on the side of their father. You can see that both of them are still in their adolescent elven years, so probably still within the first 50 to 80 years of life. That's when you feel that handle kind of tug again. You see this wardrobe that's fallen onto the wall.
I'm gonna make my way towards it and try to open it.
As you open it, you notice that the wood tears and breaks away relatively easy. And that's when you feel that same sensation you had when you dipped your head into the dream well. Except this is happening on its own. It's memories. They're flooding back to you. They are forcing their way into your mind. Everything sort of becomes foggy and hazy for you, and you can see inside the wardrobe there appears to be this fabric. It's hanging out. You reach in and you grab it, and as you pull it out, it's like it shifts. And as you, Kaz, hold it, your hands come up and you see Eliaphel's hands holding it. And you now enter the memory.
Today is a very proud day for me as a father, Feorin. I'd be honored to have you as the captain of the Royal Guard. Please, take these.
And as he extends his hands out, you see Feorin make his way up. Thank you, Father. I promise I won't let you down. No matter how strong the humans continue to get, I'll make sure that I always protect our kingdom. You watch as that vision goes back and you realize you standing there holding and looking at this. You see this beautifully crafted fabric tunic with gambeson. It has this inlay elven chain that's built into the center of it. Handcrafted bracers to protect one from sword or magic. It has this almost fold-like protection around the legs as it moves down to these well-crafted, oiled boots. You know just by looking at it and how pristine it still looks and how protected it still looks, this must be magical in nature, otherwise it would have deteriorated long, long ago. And as you touch it, you actually see on the back of the fabric, this red crimson fabric, you see birds flying across the fabric. You realize that this is made out of spell weave. It's capable of changing color, patterns, even having moving shapes and portraits move across your clothing.
I'm going to start taking my clothes off and putting the tunic on and see if it fits.
As you put it on, you feel it. You don't feel the effects of any magic. You don't even feel an attunement of the clothes or the armor shrinking. It's almost as though you and Feorin must have had a very similar build, because it fits you like a glove.
So putting on the braces and the boots, and so I'm going to take my old clothes and put it into a bag. Is that all that's left in the wardrobe? Just the...
That's all you see.
Am I at the top of the tower now?
You were not at the top of the tower. You were actually, it'd still be towards the bottom of it. The small staircase only went up maybe one flight. There's multiple more, but you actually look at where the stairs are on the inside, and it looks like to traverse inside the tower further up, it's completely dilapidated on the inside. It doesn't look like there's any way to move forward unless you were to try to burrow your way on the inside, but just looking at the walls and the structure, it could easily collapse if you did that.
I'm going to start heading back towards the room.
Right. You guys, in the center, looking around, you don't notice any other entrances, or as you looked around the entry that you made, you don't see any other pathways that you can possibly take besides from where you saw Kaz disappear from. In a short while, you actually watch as Kaz makes his way back down, and you watch as he jumps down. It takes you by surprise at first, because Kaz is literally wearing an entirely different outfit.
What? What is this?
I found it.
Why does it look all disgusting and old?
It used to belong to somebody that I know. It's belonged to the king's son. These are Sun Elf ruins.
What's it doing in here?
The queen's a Sun Elf. Dretha used to know in Liefeld. You could say we have history, kind of.
You watch as the cape portion of the armor, and you can look at it, just by looking at it, it looks royal. It does not look like something a commoner would wear. It looks very flamboyant and flashy and beautiful looking. You actually watch as he's talking about Dretha, you notice that the cape begins to turn into like flame. You actually watch as fire sort of begins to, as the fabric changes from thread to flame, but no heat emits from it, just the light.
Oh, that is a neat trick.
Don't I know how it works?
You know that that's part of the enchantment into the armor, and you know that this armor was specifically designed for someone who is a sword dancer.
Diamond.
Yeah, you know, nothing is surprising me anymore, so nothing matters except for that diamond. So,
Wow.
You came back though, so zooming.
There's not a way to get to the top of the tower through The stairway I took.
Bruta goes, alright, so it's plan B. We gotta climb on the top of it, on the outside, and then we'll make our way up. And then I can rappel down and chisel it out.
Alright, let's try that way.
As the group makes their way out, you all feel that rumble again. And as you do, you actually feel it hit a second time, harder, until you see just up ahead part of that rubble and garbage and debris. You watch as it kind of and something sort of rolls up underneath it as you see some sort of form rise up and back down into this rubble and garbage. You feel the entire structure behind you begin to shake and break as it starts to crumble and fall. Could everyone give me a dexterity saving throw?
This is gonna fucking happen.
Okay, dex save.
There's a 20. 21.
I got a 12.
That is a 10.
I got 9.
9, okay. Roll for Brutka here. Okay. You guys watch as Jezebel makes a quick dash as she kicks off of the wall and dives forward and rolls as she turns back and looks at the structure falling. Both the rest of the group, as you all move and dash out of the way, some of the rubble comes crashing down around you. You get pelted by rocks and stones as this structure crumbles. So go ahead and take. You guys will take 9 points of damage. As you watch this massive beast rise up out of the garbage, you see this pale, disgusting looking parasitic worm. It has dripping yellow gook and goop spewing out of its mouth as it looks as though it has no eyes, just this massive sucker mouth as it turns towards you, and you see the rows of inward-like teeth. Could everyone please roll initiative?
God damn it.
14.
Wait.
8. Roll 4. Initiative 4.
That's 11 for me.
25.
Nice.
Natural 20.
It's a natural 20?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Worm also rolled a natural 20, but you have a +5, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's better. And then you rolled an 11?
Yeah.
8?
14. Sorry, I almost forgot. Wait. No, I rolled a 10. I rolled a 10. So I rolled a little bit higher than you.
The look.
So, Jez...
Sorry.
I'd already put down your name first. And then Faulkner, bringing up the rear.
Good job, Faulkner.
Alright, Kaz, you were up first.
Okay. So since I'm going first, my attack should count as an assassinate. So I'm gonna go ahead and swing on it with both hands with the Moonblade.
Okay.
Alright. Feats. We got advantage. Natural 20.
Okay.
Oh, that was quick.
You said it was a natural 20? It
So natural 20. Does it have a head?
doesn't have a head.
Doesn't have a head?
It's just a fucking tube.
Okay, so natural 20. So it's a critical.
But something is going to happen.
Oh,
Random rates and sauce.
So go ahead and roll the damage.
okay. So
That's okay, but I am resistant
Good for you.
from the damage and from getting it.
Okay.
So 10. 21. 33.
33 damage.
38 damage on their first hit.
Okay. You watch as Kaz readies his weapon as he gets up and looks at this beast. You notice as you go to take your step, you feel your body sort of almost stretch out, and you feel almost like elongating before all of you visibly see Kaz like a flaming bolt of fire. You watch as he burning steps his way through the air before he arrives just on the back of this creature, and almost like an Attack on Titan move. You see him begin to spin with speed and force before his blade just makes multiple chunks of flesh rip out of this creature before he burning steps down to the ground in this almost stream of smoke and flame. Kaz, you have no idea how the fuck that just happened.
Okay.
You see this worm kind of as it turns and it looks towards the group, and you watch as its head moves up, and you see it start to and just spew this yellow bile all over the field. Everyone go ahead and give me a dexterity save.
Unnatural.
Why is it gotta be gross?
29 after 20.
19.
19.
8.
Okay, so everyone passed besides for Fulner. So you guys are going to take half damage, and
Also
you guys
very
will
down.
not have to do the athletics check. So you guys will take 10 points of damage, 3 of you, as you guys basically either dodge or deflect that yellow gook coming your way. And then, Fulner, you get hit directly in the chest with it. You're going to take 20 points of damage,
Ooh.
and I'm going to need an athletics save from you.
And then I can do my second attack, right?
Yep.
Okay.
12.
12? Okay. As you get this yellow goop stuck to you, you actually feel it stick to the ground, and you feel your body. You can't move or pull through it. But
Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and do my second attack. Does a 33 hit?
that does hit.
Okay. So 13. 17 damage.
17 damage. Again, you guys watch as Kaz makes this almost like Nightcrawler. You watch as him. You can't keep track of his movements. He seems to be moving at such speed, and each time he does, it's almost like he's just bursting into incorporeal flame and then reappearing into his solid form before you watch as his blade again strikes across the stomach of this raised creature.
And then, as a bonus action, I'm going to activate Blade Song. Okay. And I activate Blade Song, and that's my turn.
Okay, so that is going to take us to Jez.
How far away am I from it?
You are probably 10 feet away from it.
That's close. That's alright. I'm gonna go ahead and blast. I'm gonna
Get
do
Eldritch Blast?
I'll blast it.
Pop.
Oh, fuck this die. That is 15.
That's a hit.
Oh, okay, that's good.
It's a giant creature that
I'm
they
still
usually have
fucking
really low AAC.
I'm done with you. I'm over you. Alright, so it's going to be 14 damage for the first one.
14?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I'll pop off one more time.
go ahead.
15.
That's another hit.
5 damage.
You have agonizing blast, right?
Oh yes!
Should
I
be
keep fucking forgetting
adding
that.
charisma to it.
So that's an extra 8 for both of them together. An extra 8 damage altogether.
So you guys watch as Jezebel brings up her hand, and you watch as that black flame begins to gather before 2 bolts blast into this creature. One of them going right into the back of that neck wound that Kaz just opened up, and the second one blasting it right into its mauly mouth. Is that your turn, Jez?
Yes, my
Lab,
turn.
you were up.
I'm just going to take 2 shots. The first one I'm going to use. I haven't used it in a while because so I can't remember the name. Where it minuses 5 to do plus 10.
Yeah.
Sharpshooter.
Yep.
I haven't used it in a while for
Yep.
anything. So I'm going to do that. That is.
It's an amazing archery feat. I would always take it.
So that is 9 plus 10, 19
That's a hit.
for the first one.
Big hit.
So that is 1d8 plus 6. Sorry, it's been a while. So that is 1d8 plus 6, so that is 11, 21.
21 damage.
Yeah.
You guys watch as Lamine pulls out one arrow, and as he pulls it back and you see him fire it off, you actually watch as it sort of pierces into the mouth of the creature, and you actually watch as the arrow sticks out the side of its face. Go ahead and roll. I'm assuming you have another attack.
Yeah. I just got to check something real quick. It's been a while since we've fought, so I'm just making sure, see if I can use dirt. No, that doesn't want this action, I don't think I can use that. So for the second one, that is a 23.
23?
Yeah, that'd be 26 altogether.
Okay, that's another hit.
That is 14 damage for that one.
14?
Yeah.
Alright. As you fire off your second one right into the body of it, you guys watch as this creature, the wounds that Kaz made, the arrows, you actually watch as the arrow begins to move out of the body. As you watch as the wounds begin to slowly heal up, you actually watch as the tissue kind of starts to string together before it starts to mend itself. Alright, Balner, I'm gonna need another athletic save from you.
Unnatural 20.
Okay, so you broke free, so this will give you a save against it. The creature is now going to use its legendary action, and it is going to swallow as the creature moves towards you and watches it rises up out of the garbage and comes down to attack you. Does not get advantage. Does a 24 hit.
Just barely.
Okay. All right, so go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw.
12.
You guys watch as this creature crushes down, and you watch as Falner just disappears into this worm as it burrows its way under the garbage and rises back up. Falner is gone. You do not see him. Falner, go ahead and you are going to take... 6. Take 15 points of acid damage. And that is going to...
While he's inside of it?
Yeah.
Am
We can tell he's
am I
inside of it?
constricted?
You guys can't tell he's inside of him. You guys just watch this
So he's
worm. Yeah, and yes, you are currently constricted. So that's going to bring us back up to Kaz.
Okay. I'm going to attack. Could I assume that he got swallowed?
In the heat of the moment, either he just got crushed into the garbage,
Yeah,
or he
that's
got
true.
swallowed.
Yeah.
But this creature does appear to be acting as though a beast, so it is very possible that it is hunting all of you.
Okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just keep attacking it.
Okay?
22 hit.
22 does hit.
20 something. Alright.
20?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright, now I'm gonna roll damage. Nine, 23, 25 damage on the first one. Seven. 24 on the second one. And then as a bonus action, I will use a hide.
Okay. So that was 5 damage on the first one, 24 damage on the second one? Or was that 24 to hit?
24 damage on the second one. Yeah, 24 damage on the second one, and then 20. You say 25?
I had 24.
24.
And then 25 on the first one?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you said 5 damage on the first one. I was like, that was really low. How is that even possible?
And then I'm gonna go ahead and roll a stealth roll.
Okay.
14.
Okay. So, Faller, you can go ahead and give me another athletics check.
18.
18. Okay. You, while you're on the inside, you manage to break free from the yellow goop that has you stuck to the walls. You are free now, but you'll have to wait until your turn to have an action.
More.
Okay. That's gonna bring us to Jez.
So he said it was like mending itself,
Yes.
right? Are there still any wounds on it? Are they all healed now?
No, their wounds are still open, but it's you can see the men's are.
Alright. I'm gonna direct my blast at wounds that it already has.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
So that's not gonna hit. 14.
14 meets it. So Ty goes my player.
Oh, well, yeah, well, now it was 14. Okay. So it's 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 22 for the first one.
22. Okay.
And. Nine or 6. I think that's a 6. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 18 for that one.
18 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys watch as another stream of Eldritch Blast leave Jezebel's hands. You actually watch as the chunk of worm flesh begins to peel and split. Those mended fibers that just became attached, they tear and split back open. You watch as the head, not the head, but the upper tube of the worm is now starting to almost look like it's hanging off. It's barely attached, and the worm looks like it is in great trouble. Lavender, you are up.
Okay, so it's not too matter. I'm just going to take 2 more shots.
Okay.
The first one with sharpshooter. Oof, that is a hit. It's a 17.
It's a hit.
So even with the -5, I have a plus 12. So plus 15 actually. So that is 12, 22.
Okay.
And then, so I just read that I don't think sharpshooter is actually a bonus action.
I don't think you can use it on a bonus action now.
Okay, so I would leave it up. I would be able to use a bonus action, right? So I could use dreadful strikes. That was what I was checking before.
Oh, if it's a bonus action, yeah.
Okay, then I'm going to do that. And because I think, let me just check. Sorry, it's been a while. So this an extra d6 of psychic damage. So 24 to hit, or actually be 24.
It's a hit.
So 9 plus 6, 15 damage.
15. Okay. Folder, you're up.
Alright, so first I wanted to use at 3rd level. Like I can take actions here.
Yep.
At 3rd level, I'm going to use cure wounds.
It's actually 18. It's just my plus 3 hours.
And then for my second action,
You gonna attack?
rock with Skullbreaker.
The Starbreaker.
What?
Roll to hit. Just know the AC on the inside is 5.
Oh, fucking great. I can't miss then. Natural 20.
Oh god.
Okay. Roll damage. I just want to see how much damage you do.
That's 20 damage.
Okay.
And then that'll be the end of my turn. But I'm going to action surge and attack again.
Well, before you do that,
Oh,
how do you want to do this?
Oh,
I'm just going to start fucking whirlwinding everywhere. And I'm going to come out of it swinging, like screaming and everything.
All right.
You
You guys watch as
You guys are going to see me like just covered in all this shit.
you guys watch as Lavande fires off 2 arrows. You see him actually land each arrow right on top of each other. You see him fire the first one, and as it flies, you see it stick. He fires the second one right on the back of the first arrow, and he actually almost jackhammers it through and shoots the first arrow out the other side of the worm. As this happens, you see this swell of bile and yellow mucus spew up from the worm and plop down all over the ground. Right beneath it, you see this bulge start to swell on the inside of the worm, and as this happens, you just see this red hot steel sword and start to cut in a circle as the top of the worm splits off and hits the ground, and you see Falder come out just completely covered in gook and yellow mucus and purple blood and fleshy bits and giblets.
You'll never believe what I saw, man.
fucking hell, Fauna.
I know it won't be swallowed again.
And the creature lies dead. You notice that as soon as this happens, Brutka comes out of the way and just goes like, "Oh, good job, everyone. I knew you all had it in you."
As I know he had that in him.
Well, good news is, while the beast was distracted, I grabbed this. She raises it up, and you see the sea diamond, probably about the size of a very large grapefruit. She holds it forward.
It is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
And she hands it off to you, Jezebel. You look inside of it. You actually see there is indeed a raging storm inside. You can see ocean and lightning and rain and wind.
I can die happy now.
Alright, well, I don't know how many more of those things are in this rubbish, so why don't we all just get out of here?
Yeah, we got what we came for. Let's
Gotta
go.
be healthy. This Leviathan's got worms.
Alright, let's go. I think Claudia did say something about worms.
I'm gonna tuck this in my jacket.
And as you all turn and make your way out of there and look back at the ruin and the felled worm beast, that is where we're going to end tonight.
Oh wow, exactly 2 hours.
So I know how to
That's
plan.
timing.
Goddamn.
You're
Okay.
good.
So
You just hit 10.
thank you all for joining. Hopefully by next week I will have all the miniatures for Dretha and the crab people.
Gonna have a fancy map.
So the
Fancy map.
Siege of Blood Iron's Keep is going to be pretty intense. So hopefully you guys all tune in for that, because that is going to be a dungeon crawl. And hopefully with Kaz's new Blade Dancer robes, he'll have some new surprises up his sleeve. Okay, so without any further ado, we will be back tomorrow with our Call of Cthulhu. It'll be episode 3, titled Jack Frost.
Halfway done already, almost.
Halfway done.
Yes, it's a 6-episode series. So.
6-episode series. So you guys will get to continue your dark, wintry horror tomorrow and
8 p.m. Central.
8 p.m.
That's not-
Central?
I'm doing it again. 8 p.m. Central.
What are you doing?
Hi, camera. You're right
Oh, you're
there.
looking at the mic?
so
I don't know why I keep doing that.
just looking up.
I just keep looking at the mic.
Well, because we used to have our cameras hanging from the ceiling, so now that you got
That
stuff
might
on the
be
ceiling,
why. It's
you're-
been a while. No,
you
it's
feel
just there, and it's brain.
Either way, thank you all so much for joining us. I hope to see you all tomorrow as we continue our Call of Cthulhu games. And until next time, don't forget to embrace the dark. Goodbye.
Well, I like that.